Hello. We are weed smokers against Seaworld.
Each day, thousands of marine animals are held against their will in captivity.
But there is something that you can do to help.
We're not asking you for any money in particular, but all we are asking you to do is pack up a bowl, light one up, and take a fat rip. Because all together, if we smoke, us weed smokers can stop SeaWorld. We are weed smokers.
WSASW. All right, guys, GRAVCast 12.
That was soft.
Hey, thank you for taking the roll title card for me. We almost nailed that skit. We almost nailed it. We're this close.
Do you want to do it again?
No, I think they get the idea. We got
Seaworld doesn't deserve us doing it again.
Yeah, that was the first time we did it, right, guys? We don't need right. Wink, wink. We didn't.
That was a one take. I think that's how they call it.
Yeah, we didn't try that out a couple times. Go, oh fuck, and then just all right, we can just do that.
This lighter definitely didn't not work when I needed it to. Totally, it always works. This lighter always works.
I didn't just totally just vomit right in front of you guys, and then you guys they're really silently like, oh, is Kieran actually okay? And I'm just
no one threw their cat out the window, everybody's fine.
No one took out their dick and just started all right, I think we're done with this.
Fucking Will Smith smacks Chris Rock in the face at the fucking Oscar.
Oh, we're jumping right into it, man. We're not even gonna transition.
Let's just get it over with, because fucking what else are we gonna, we don't want to have to go into that organically. I mean, it's at the top of everyone's mind.
Yeah, this is what and you know what? People are logging in right now to be like, what are the three guys thinking about? Jordan,
I think it's a crime of passion.
It's a crime of passion. That's what you say.
Yeah, I think he was wrong, but I get it.
No, Chris was out of pocket for that. Nah,
I think as a comedian, you gotta just, fuck it, do whatever. What are you gonna say? What's he gonna say? He's like, all right, this lady's bald.
I just love how he walked right to the stage unscathed.
I don't think it was Chris Rock's joke. I think it was his wife's reaction. Because you watch the video, Will Smith laughs at the joke, like all the other celebrities have. They pretty much have to laugh at everything to because they're kind of acting, sitting there at the same time, making it look like a good show.
The Oscars itself.
So they're all sitting there like, ha, 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 at everything, anything Chris Rock says. So it's hard to tell if he was really laughing or just doing what they're expected to. But he totally looked like he was laughing, and then distinctly looked at his wife, who was just in utter disarray. Yeah. And that's what happened.
Well, yeah, I feel that.
It was like the flip of a light switch, man. It was just he's like, oh yeah, everything's cool. Oh, it's not cool.
No, but it's I get where he's coming from that perspective, because it's you see somebody you love sitting there hurt, you're just like, oh no, exactly. There's no telling how you react. But it's like we kind of said when we were setting up for all this, who else could just walk right up to that stage and just smack the host in the fucking face?
No one.
Who would? No, Mark.
Nobody.
Mark Ruffalo can't do that. Is Mark Ruffalo pulling that off? Who else is?
John Cena can't even do that.
John Cena might be able to do that. I feel like some guys are maybe not. But Pauly Shore can't do that. I don't think Pauly Shore is going to be at the Oscars ever, but still he can't do that.
I think if Denzel Washington did that, he would be arrested that day. Because he can't do anything in a way where it could be mistaken as a joke. Because Denzel Washington just always looks so intense. People would be like, oh my God.
That would be an actually scary thing.
Yeah, it would be terrifying. People wouldn't be watching it holy shit, did I just see that? People would be in horror.
Yeah.
People would be holy.
Denzel would smack him, look at the audience, and just go, all right. And then basically look and confirm, yes, I did that. That was really just what happened. then go sit
Yeah,
down.
there's no way he could play that off or accept an award. Like, because think about realistically, he could have played. I mean, I don't really know what Serena and I forget the other Williams,
Venus.
their dad looked like, but realistically, he probably could have played King Richard as well. Like, imagine like him accepting that award after that happened. It's like, I'm not mad at the Academy at all, Will Smith was like crying accepting the award, like apologizing. Like, he wouldn't be. He'd be taking the award like, I earned this.
Yeah, he would say. Remember before, Rob was like, he would just look at the crowd and say, "All right,
you try to come take this from me, and I'll smack you too."
Yeah, he'll double down. He'd be like, "You remember when I smacked somebody a couple minutes ago? I'll do it
What
again."
blows my mind is the fact that like Chris Rock, just the fact how he ate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. He was just like Will Smith.
Chris Rock, I think, has just been beaten up a lot as a child. Like, you've seen the show.
Yeah.
He
I
just
feel like he's just been beaten down. He's just like, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like,
Will Smith smacked me in the face. All right.
He's like,
I mean, how does that feel though, to get smacked, like the fucking shit smacked out of you by Will Smith in front of the whole crowd of the Oscars? Like, that's got to be rough.
and a live audience too. So like everybody in the world.
He seemed to just acknowledge it as being a part of like an epic Oscars moment, to the point where he was like, "That was awesome."
Yeah, he's like,
yeah, he loved it.
Yeah,
he's
just like, I just steal.
I said a joke that went too far. Will Smith smacked me in the face, man. It was great.
Will Smith smacking Chris Rock in the face is like his like Janet Jackson like titty slip Super Bowl moment, basically.
Yeah, he's just like
you know what I mean?
Like 3 movie deals. They're gonna make Rush Hour 7.
Yeah, it's that, but they're gonna be like, not Chris Tucker. We're gonna put Chris Rock in it.
Even though there's only 3 Rush Hours, they're like, we're doing Rush Hour 7. He's like, there's only 3.
Yeah, they were jumping.
This might have just been the thing Chris needed to put his ass back on the radar.
Well, I mean, he already was hosting the Oscars, though. I mean, that kind of, he probably was like...
Yeah, that alone probably, like, yeah, that definitely is a nice little gig right there.
Ricky Gervais tore everyone apart last year, and they were like, all right. Or was that 2 years ago?
I think that was, I think that was 2 years ago. I think that was like...
Yeah, dude, he went way out of pocket. Like Jordan said, Chris Rock went out of pocket. He was just making, like, appearance jokes, because that was kind of jokes don't really define a person's character, and that's the ironic thing. Like, Will Smith made a career off of that shit with his show.
Yeah,
fucking just constant fat jokes at Uncle Phil, nerdy jokes at Carlton. Like, his humor back then wasn't like, by today's standards, it would be like looked down upon. It would be like, oh, this is just mean.
It would be problematic, as they say.
Yeah.
Would not be socially acceptable.
Like, and it's funny as fuck. It was all funny as fuck, because it's just funny. It's just like, people don't decide what makes them laugh. Sometimes fucked up shit is the best.
Kind of like that old, like, how like old bully culture in the 90s, like they always had like the leather jackets, the sleeveless, the fingerless glove.
That goes back to 80, like Breakfast Club. Remember that shit?
Yeah, kind of like the Judd Hurt. Like,
his dad like burned him with cigarettes. That's why he's a bully.
Yeah, it's like, isn't that funny?
He's
how
like, my dad bought me a carton of Marlboro Reds and said, "Smoke up, buddy."
Isn't it funny how that aesthetic is just kind of dying out, because kids like people aren't like down with bullying now, but I guess like bullying is kind of a different way. It's just making fun of somebody on the internet.
It's all become trolling, basically.
Yeah, trolling is the new like thing, I guess you could say. But
because it's anonymous. People go on, they make these crazy names, and then they say fucked up shit to people, and then they look at their account and they're like, wait, these people aren't even real.
Yeah, they're just
like I've seen that in comment section so much, and they're like, oh yeah, you don't even have, like, you have one picture on this account. Like, basically, people make accounts just to go on and be like very mean to people.
Yeah, just to be as brutally honest as possible.
They go on there, they see someone like making some waffles, and then they'll be like, your face looks like a fucking or something. Oh,
and like their picture will be like the Goofy that like looks like this. You know, like it'll be that like Avatar is the picture.
The internet is giving way to very passive aggressive people, I think, because then these people go out in public and then they're walking around like,
yeah, and then they make a joke, and then Will Smith just smacks you in the fucking face, dude. Right?
Yeah, because they don't expect. Yeah, because they're like, oh shit, I forgot I'm in society. Like anything can happen.
Yeah, right.
I feel like internet culture does make some people, more reckless with crazy shit they say in public because they're just like, they bring that attitude with them.
So as we watched what the events that unfolded, do we as a society just want to see celebrities kick the shit out of each other? Yes, right? Because that's what celebrity boxing matches are for and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we do. Like, I don't personally. I guess I do. I mean, when I heard the news, I jumped out of bed. I didn't watch the Oscars. I woke up at like 2 a.m. because I left the news on, and at some point during that, they were like,
"You're like
Will Rock smacks Will Smith in the face," you know?
You're like, Will Smith don't have to curse on his raps to sell records. Well, I do. Well, fuck him and fuck you too.
You know, I'm fucking dead asleep hearing
like,
shit like World War III may start in the coming months, but then I'm like, I'm just snoozing, like, yeah, whatever, fucking nuclear annihilation, and then like I hear Chris Rock gets smacked in the face by Will Smith, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on?
Just like, no fucking way. Isn't that funny? Because like I can't even make fun of that because I'm felt basically the same way. Because
you know, like, you're like, oh yeah, shit.
Do you ever have like, because I didn't watch the Oscars live, so did you ever have like the back like ends like of trickle down of something that's viral happening or going on, where you're scrolling on Twitter and you're seeing all these comments and people are talking about Will Smith, and you're like, why are all these people talking about Will Smith right now? Like, I saw 4 tweets. It's way too suspicious.
Oh, I always know. You know what's crazy? Like, I always know something's going on based on the Google suggest. Because I go on Google to look up very weird. Like, I have thoughts in my head, and I'm like, I gotta find this out. Like, where the fuck do fucking apricots come from? So you go on there and like I'll see all these names, and I'm like, oh god, is that guy dead? I found out the Foo Fighters drummer died that way because I just saw his name trending a lot. And I'm like,
what were you Googling for that one, if you remember it all?
I keep looking up where like stuff originates. I was looking up, I think, Hungarian dishes. I was looking up goulash.
What? So you were looking
goulash and poppycock.
So you were like, all right, I know they're from Hungary, but where in Hungary are they fucking from?
Yeah, like apparently it started in the 19th century when paprika came from South America. But you know,
right?
Let's not get into that.
Right. Let's not get into that.
But yeah, like you'll just see all these names of people, and you'll be like, oh, this guy did something fucked up. Like when the Alec Baldwin thing happened, I just see his name trending. So like every time now I see a celebrity's name trending, I think either they like died, beat someone up, got like arrested, or like killed somebody.
Or they got canceled for something they did fucked up.
Yeah, or like they like showed someone their dick or something. You know, it's always. But all I ever see at first is the name. So that's definitely Google. Like they know they're implanting that thinking into you, and they want you to be like, oh shit, what did they do?
Yeah, no, it's
click on that name.
It's always a negative connotation. It's like, you're right. You see the trending and you're like, all right, which one of these guys killed somebody? Which one of these guys got killed? Which one of these guys showed their dick? And like, which one of these guys is accusing somebody of showing them?
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah,
it's like
a
game. Yeah.
Like I'll see Johnny Depp, and then it's like, did Johnny Depp beat up his wife, or did his wife beat up Johnny Depp?
And then you're just like, it's just the article is Johnny Depp beats up his dick, and you're like, what? It's just, and then it's just a picture of Johnny Depp in boxing gloves, and then his dick also in boxing gloves against it.
You're funny.
Yeah.
Get up here.
Yo, so I guess we're gonna address the elephant in the room. Fucking Jordan's backspace I can't talk right now. The backdrop right there. What is that? What is that? It looks like a nice thing. Kind of reminds
That's called synthwave art, Kieran. That is known as like retro wave, synthwave art. It's grids and like very, very saturated colors.
It reminds me of like Miami Vice meets
yeah, that's where the origins of that kind of style come from. But now it's like retro wave. It's popular to do that.
Okay, I fucks with that. That's nice. Jordan just living a retro wave life right now.
Oh yeah.
You're just sitting there, just like.
He's just in like the Breakin' 2 outfit with like the red jumpsuit. He's just doing old school breakdancing moves and whatnot. If we can just circle back to like us saying, or me, however, saying that we just want to see celebrities get the shit kicked out of them. Do we remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Oh, that was a great show. I mean, it wasn't a great show, but it was just like so surreal to have a show like that. Those were the days where really weird shit was just like, yeah. Like there was an energy drink called cocaine at that time. That I believe actually just came back, but we'll get to that at another date.
Wait, cocaine energy? Can we actually talk?
You remember cocaine energy? We would go to the Indian convenience stores to try to find it. Only they would have like none of the normal like chain convenience stores would have it.
Yeah. It actually said cocaine on the can, right?
You would have to go to the type of convenience store with like a wall of fucking non-FDA approved dick pills to find it.
Oh yeah, and that is something we could talk about at another date too.
Yeah, but yeah, like it had twice as much caffeine as anything else, but like that was just a time when like you could have a show where celebrities just chop each other's heads off like claymation.
And then it's cut to commercial, and then they because it was on MTV too, so they show like, and now Justin Timberlake's new album on the audio clips, where it was like that stupid MP3 clip player.
You see half of these celebrities before then the episode would be on, they kill each other, and it's like holy shit.
Yeah, that was when. Then you just saw like 4 episodes of that. You watch like Beavis and Butthead. And then you basically woke up with MTV2 with a bunch of like R&B jams or like some old school hip hop jams, some music videos in the morning.
Remember VH1?
Yeah, MTV2 had more music than MTV1 when we were growing up. I know that.
I remember
MTV1 would only have music like at like 8 in the morning.
Right. And then the rest were just reality TV, essentially, when you just came home. But yes, Jordan, I remember VH1 because I remember VH1 having the documentaries about all of the 80s and like all the 70s and like everyone just talking about iconic moments in the 80s and the 90s too as well.
Watching those shows made it all look terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't have the best people talking.
They're like, especially because we watched them as kids, we didn't watch them as adults. So like kids don't care so much about the quality of entertainment as much as just like really cool toys and stuff. You know, like they were probably like, yo, all these amazing movies and this and that. It's like kids don't give a fuck. They'll watch whatever, but they want like cool shit. So looking back and being like, that looks so boring. Like, I don't want to play fucking Bop It robots.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, I got Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. They're like, I just got the fucking Sega Dreamcast. Are you guys kidding me?
Pet Rock? The fuck?
Yeah, fucking.
Time.
They're like, take your Chia Pet and shove it up your fucking ass, guys. Are you
serious? Yeah, like you'd watch that shit and be like, this is terrible.
Yeah. Didn't Chia Pets have like a comeback though? Like people kind of still collect those. I remember
people like them again because they made so many fucking like you can get like anything into a Chia Pet now.
I remember
Chia Pet. Get the Hot Pocket Chia Pet.
Wait, Hot Pocket Chia Pet? Is that a real thing?
No.
Oh man, I was gonna say, how does that work? Like, does it only grow like at the little slits on the side? So it's like it's just a long fucking slate of like the chia gravel, and then it's a little bit of mold or grass just comes out the end, like just oozing.
It just looks like you put the Hot Pocket in the oven way too fucking long, and it's just bursting out of it.
Yeah, it's just the molten lava innards of a Hot Pocket.
Yeah, like looks like pepperoni a little bit.
but it's just really, really hot cheese.
Hot Pockets were so bad. Why did people eat? We all ate them.
Because of the Jim Gaffigan joke. He was like, Hot Pockets.
I think that sold more Hot Pockets than anything else.
1,000%.
It just became like, yo, I want a Hot Pocket. That sounds funny as fuck.
Dude,
it's just funny. Jim Gaffigan was solid back then. I think he still is, but people are just tired of it.
That was the era where he had that people talked about that Hot Pocket bit for like 2 or 3 years consistently. That
I
was
think
like
people just ran him out of town by just too much love for it.
Yeah, but he does have notable work though. His
newer specials I think have been pretty good.
Yeah, he's a very great comedian. He's one of the greats, I would say.
Let's talk about Louis C.K.
Oh man,
not talk about Louis.
I don't know. Like, I really can't get into that. No, let's not get into that.
It's fucking hilarious. But it's just so like it sucks.
Yeah.
Like I remember the one joke he made about like when you wear boxers but not boxer briefs, you get that moist stuff on the back of your underpants. Like, what is that? That's great. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's like, yeah, all right.
But what I will say about Louis C.K. is he was also that same era where it was like these comics are bringing gold. Like that's when it's like you first got Sirius XM and they were just like they were playing clips of people's shows, essentially just like little 7 to 9 minute clips, and it was just like little compilations of that constantly.
Stand-up was in a much better place back then in terms of like people liking it, wanting to go see it.
Yeah, and the people, I mean, I could only imagine like going to like a club back then and seeing all the guys now that are like huge, just up and coming, and you're just like, wow, these guys are hitters in the clubs.
If I can go back in time, I would go see Mitch Hedberg. That motherfucker seemed crazy as fuck. He would always go up there like, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to also.
Yeah, like love the bird. Gotta love the bird, dude. Oh man.
I feel like Dimitri Martin took a lot of influence from him. Yeah. Obviously not being like going up there really fucked up though. He was like, I'm gonna do that, but so
I believe he's from New Jersey, Dimitri Martin. I think he's from Tom's River, actually.
Yeah, I love that one-line surrealist humor. Mm-hmm. That was like a big thing in stand-up that I think needs to come back, because like a lot of it would be still very clean by today's standards. Almost all of it.
If we could circle back to the original Weed Smokers Against Seaworld, why we even did that in the first place was, Wooly, I think you found the clip of the guy that's...
Yeah, when you posted last week's episode, I just, for whatever reason, typed in hashtag fuck Seaworld. Right. And for whatever reason, later on in the day, I was like, you know, I'm going to see what's on hashtag fuck Seaworld to see what's there.
Right.
And I just find some guy just goes, fuck SeaWorld, and then just takes a huge rip.
Yeah. He said, fuck SeaWorld, shut it down, and took a giant rip. And I was like, this guy is the influencer of the century. What his name was like Joe Yu or something like that. Like he was an older gentleman, which like, you know what, I love it when my geriatrics smoke weed. When I find my old man smoking weed, my old man weed smokers, like, hell yeah. And then he's just like, fuck SeaWorld on top of that. He's joining the movement on top of that. That's awesome. So we want to shout out to that guy. And then it kind of made me think about, and Jordan backed me up about this. Do you remember there was like a big uproar like in our town because somebody took a grav out of a fishbowl?
Bro, yes.
Yeah, do you remember?
I remember hearing about that. And you know, I was disconnected from all social media. I just heard about that because it was huge.
That's why I asked Jordan, because I know you're not big on there. So like it was so funny. Somebody took a snapshot of them ripping a grav out of a fishbowl, and it was when it came public.
Was in the bowl, like
fish was in the bowl, and when it came public, you know, people are like big uproar. People are against it. They're like, that's so messed up. Like, you know, the fish isn't asking to do that. But then you also saw some of the comments that were like, yo, I wish I was that fish though.
You know, yeah, so many pothead. it was such a divisive issue. I remember so many potheads were like, yo, this is cool as fuck to getting this fish baked. But then a lot of potheads were also like, you know, those hippie kind of,
Right.
like, I didn't really think
right.
someone should be putting smoke on a fish. That's fucked up. I
Right.
mean, there is smoked fish, but I'm pretty sure they kill them first.
Yeah. It kind of begs the question, like, so they say you teach a man to fish, they eat for a week, but you teach a man to fish, that man might smoke that fish up. Now, I think that, like, is that the new saying that
like so many people were for it who smoke weed, and so many people who smoke weed were also against it. But then you had half the people, the kids that didn't smoke weed, that were just like, what the fuck? We can't, what the fuck have you guys been doing?
Yeah,
it made all potheads look like real scumbags.
Yeah, it was exactly like, we can't just force a fish to smoke like that.
Everyone who didn't smoke weed assumed everyone who was smoking weed was like getting all their pets really high.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like it's funny because the person is like, all right, I'm gonna post this because like everyone who smokes weed is like, yeah, everyone should smoke weed and everything should smoke weed, so it's fine. Like, you know, like, and then it just like caused a big uproar. But well, hopefully the best for that fish. I still love those comments. It was still
great.
He's
probably dead now either way. I mean, it's a fish.
Yeah,
this was like a good while ago.
Yeah.
Hopefully he lived a long fish. I mean, he's already stuck in a fish tank. He shouldn't be in the tank in the first place. And that's why no fucking marine life should be in tanks, because fuck SeaWorld.
Right.
Fuck SeaWorld.
Yes, exactly. And that's what brings us.
What is a fish tank if not a miniature SeaWorld, you know?
And that's what brings us to final grabs. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
I got a phone queued up. Here we go.
Yeah. What are we queued up?
Don't worry about it.
Rip it.